hired as the Director of Communications for OSPI. And this is where basically my training at the Concilio was helpful, because we published a bilingual newspaper, and I was acquainted with how to deal with the media and you know, how to send the basics, how to get a press release out, and when to get a press release out, and how to do those kinds of things, as well as publications. That training that I got with the Concilio over those years was really good, and that helped me. And so I became the Director of Communications for OSPI, and did that for another seven to 8 years. But the real value for me of working at OSPI was beginning to understand what were the K-12 educational issues. I got as a director of communications, and as the speechwriter for the state school superintendent, which I wrote all of her speeches, or nearly all of them, for at least 6 years of the time that I was there. I got acquainted with educational issues. I got acquainted with a lot of people throughout the state, the educational leaders in our state. But I also got acquainted with issues facing Latinos, and how rapidly we were growing in the state, something that people back then weren't really paying a lot of attention to, I would say. But back then in the early 90s, we were really starting to see large increases in the Latino school population. And so that combination of kind of learning what some of the educational issues were and seeing how big we were becoming is what helped get LEAP established. Because